Brad Yates is one of the most well-known EFT coaches in the world. He has over 1,100 EFT videos on YouTube, and some of them with well over 1 million views. Now, there are many ways that people use EFT, and Brad calls his tapping technique the Michelangelo process, after a quote from the famous sculptor. Michelangelo claimed that his art was in the marble all along, and he just had to chip away to release what didn't belong and reveal the masterpiece inside. This session is going to be a mostly experiential one where you will get to do some Michelangelo-style EFT tapping for your well-being. I think you'll find that this is a great gift. One of the things I love about Brad is the kindness, compassion, and sense of humor that he radiates. So, without further ado, here's Brad Yates.
Hey everybody, I'm Brad Yates and excited to be here for this special ASEP presentation. And today I'm going to be tapping with you on tapping into optimal well-being. And I'm confident that most, if not all of you, are familiar with EFT, emotional freedom techniques, or tapping, which is what I primarily use, primarily on YouTube, but also doing workshops around the world. And grateful for this opportunity to share this with you because I know that as providers, we don't always put the oxygen mask on our own face first. And we don't always take the time for that kind of self-care and to look at where we might be holding ourselves back from optimal well-being. And even when we do, even when we have self-care practices, we don't always see our own blinders, our own blocks and barriers. So let's do something about that over the next 45 minutes or so. So what I'd like you to do is start by closing your eyes. Take a deep breath in and hold it. And let it go. Now, just breathing comfortably with your eyes closed. Go ahead and feel your feet on the floor or whatever part of you is connected to something. Allow yourself to feel that connection. Allow yourself to feel centered and grounded. Allowing yourself to be right here, right now, as present as possible so as to receive maximum benefit from this time together. And just following your breath through your body, just allow yourself to be aware of what's going on in there. Notice what you're feeling physically and what you're feeling emotionally. And just taking in what's going on in there, maybe rate yourself on a scale of 0 to 10 in terms of your well-being, your overall well-being. 10 being, I'm doing magnificent. Feeling awesome in body, mind, and spirit, doing awesome career-wise, financially, with your health, with your relationships. So 10 would be the optimal life. And do not judge yourself harshly if the number is lower than what you'd like it to be. Just allow yourself to get curious. Looking at whatever signals you get from your body as to where you might be on that scale of 0 to 10. Just allowing yourself to get curious about what might stop you from being at a 10. Notice what you feel in terms of resistance, doubt, fear. Notice what thoughts, beliefs, or memories might come up as to why you couldn't or shouldn't be at a 10. You might even imagine what life at a 10 looks like and say, it's safe to have this. And rate that on a scale of 0 to 10 as to how true it feels that it's safe to have life at a 10, to have that optimal well-being in all areas of your life. And again, not being judgmental, but being curious about what kind of answers you might be getting from your body, from your mind. And maybe for the moment, think about one particular area of your life. In terms of your overall well-being, focusing for the moment on one particular area. Could be physical, financial, personal, professional. And think about where you're at on a scale of 0 to 10, 10 again being awesome, magnificent. Notice where you're at in terms of this, and you can always come back and do this for another area. But with this particular area, thinking about where you might be at, and think about some action that you could take that would move you in the direction of a 10. Maybe something you could do today or this week. Something you could do to improve your well-being in this particular area. And as you see yourself doing it, notice where there might be resistance, doubt, fear. Allow yourself to be aware of whether that resistance is to the particular action, taking this action, or whether it's to the outcome. Maybe it feels like, yeah, I could take this action, but I'm not comfortable with what it will lead me to because it'll be outside my comfort zone. And just allowing yourself to be aware of where all that stuff might be. Take a deep breath, open your eyes, and let's do some tapping here. Even though I might have some resistance, I choose to love and accept myself. Even though I might have some resistance, I choose to love and honor myself. Even though I might have some resistance to being at optimal well-being, some resistance to being at a 10 in this particular area of my life. Even though I might have some resistance, I choose to deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. And maybe anyone else who might contribute to this. All this resistance, all this resistance, all this fear. And part of me might be saying, I don't have any fear about this. I am not resistant to being at a 10. I absolutely want to have optimal well-being. Personally and professionally. Physically and financially. And I'm doing everything I can to be at a 10 in all these areas. Okay, maybe not everything I can. And maybe not every day. But it's not resistance. And maybe it is. And that doesn't mean I'm bad or stupid. It doesn't mean I am weak or lazy. It doesn't mean I'm bad at what I do. It just means that I'm a human being with all kinds of unfortunate programming. From people who didn't know any better. If I'm honest with myself, there are probably a few things that I could be doing that could move me towards a 10. in this or any other area of my life. So what stops me? What stories do I tell myself as to why I'm not doing it? And maybe there are some things that I'm doing that move me away from a 10. And why do I do those things? Again, not because I'm bad or stupid, nor weak nor lazy, but some part of me says it's necessary. Some part of me doesn't feel safe moving towards a 10. So I brilliantly stop myself. And maybe I brilliantly keep myself in the dark about the ways that I'm stopping myself. And sometimes I'm very aware of it. And I beat myself up about that. Even though I know that shame doesn't help, but still it's what I was taught to do. So I probably indulge in that, which is also brilliant. Because the more time I'm doing my due diligence, shaming myself for what I've done or failed to do, the less time I have to actually move towards a 10. And why might I be avoiding that? In terms of this particular area of life, what would a 10 look like? And why might I be afraid of that? It may not be logical at all. A lot of my programming is not logical. And I'm allowing myself to process these feelings. Clearing the stress that comes up whenever I contemplate making a change. Because that's what we humans do. We stress out about change. And I choose to love and appreciate those parts of me that have tried to protect me from what feels dangerous. Consciously, I say that I want it. I may even put it on a vision board. I may even convince myself that I'm excited about it. But my unconscious mind is saying, that's fine. Go ahead and fantasize about that. I'll keep you safe. And make sure it just stays on the vision board. Which begs the question, what might I be afraid of? What am I protecting myself from? When I look at that vision board, even if it's just in my mind, and see myself living at a 10, what do I think would be the consequences that might be threatening, that might be uncomfortable? What do I think will happen? Who do I think might be upset? And they'll make it difficult for me. It's only okay to be at a 10 if I know that everybody else wants me to be at a 10. And I mean everybody. I need all 8 billion people to celebrate my success. I need to know that they all wish me well. Otherwise, it won't feel safe. And I'm processing all of this, all these fears, about what I don't think I can handle. When I think about life at a 10, part of me says I can't handle that. And I'm allowing myself to know that's a misunderstanding. It's not true. I've handled everything that has ever happened in my life. Maybe not always as gracefully as I would have liked, but I've handled it all. The proof being that I'm still here. So this fear that I couldn't handle something is a misunderstanding. And I'm clearing up the confusion, clearing it at a cellular level, and clearing it all the way back through my past, back through all the times in my life where I may have somehow gotten the message that I couldn't handle it when things went well. When I got any kind of message that it was wrong for things to go that well. When there are some kinds of consequences that I found uncomfortable. And part of me made the decision, let's not let it get this good. And I've brilliantly found ways to stop myself. And I'm clearing those fears, clearing this resistance, clearing it from every fiber of my being, allowing myself to know I can handle things getting much better in body, mind, and spirit. And take a deep breath. As you probably already know, when you're doing energy work, be sure to hydrate. And, you know, again, many of you are probably familiar with tapping. If not, hopefully you just followed along and you can find out more later. ASEP has a great EFT program. And of course, this is just my way of doing it. But go ahead and close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Now just sort of debrief with yourself. Check in and allow yourself to again follow your breath through your body, noticing what's going on in there, and thinking again about this area of your life that you've chosen to focus on for the moment. And imagine being at a 10 in this area. What does that look like? Now, if it's a health issue, it may be imagine yourself out for a run in some beautiful place. If it's a financial issue, you might imagine looking at your online bank statement or different aspects of financial well-being. Whatever it might be, allow yourself to imagine being at a 10 in terms of this area of your life and say, it's safe for me to have this. And just notice on a scale of 0 to 10 how true that feels. Hopefully that number has come up. And but just allow yourself to be aware of what else might be there in terms of what you feel physically, in terms of what you feel emotionally. And again, noticing any thoughts, beliefs, or memories that might be coming up around this. And take a deep breath. And my one of my mantras is the extent to which we don't have what we say we want tends to be the extent to which we're resisting it. So ultimately, from my perspective, it's all about clearing the resistance. You can see I have Michelangelo's David everywhere. Michelangelo said, the statues are already there, perfect, inside the marble. All I have to do is chip away what doesn't belong to reveal the masterpiece that's inside. So coming from that standpoint, the optimal version of ourselves is already inside, and we are just chipping away what doesn't belong to reveal that masterpiece. So in terms of our well-being, physically, financially, emotionally, however that is, it's still just removing whatever that stuff is. And generally that stuff is resistance. Something inside of us saying why we couldn't or shouldn't have it. And one of the things that can often come up for us in terms of resistance is the belief that we're not good enough, that we don't deserve it. And so go ahead and close your eyes again for a moment. Go inside. And again, imagining this particular area of your life, any particular area of your life, being at a 10, imagining what that looks like, making it as vivid and real as possible, and say, I deserve this. And notice what comes up around that. Rate that on a scale of 0 to 10 as to how true that feels. Saying that I deserve optimal well-being. And again, don't judge yourself if the number's lower than you'd like it to be. Just allow yourself to get curious about why there might be some doubt about that, if there is some doubt about that. And also imagining, again, life at a 10, And also feeling what goes on inside, say, it's okay for me to have this. And notice on a scale of 0 to 10 how true that feels. Notice any thoughts, beliefs, or memories that might support that idea. And now say, it's possible for me to have this. And notice how true that might feel. And notice where there might be some doubts, some fears. Because in order for us to take action towards something, we need two things. One, we need for the perceived outcome to feel like it's worth what it's going to take. The benefit has to outweigh the cost. And two, we have to believe it's possible. So just allowing yourself to be aware of where there might be doubts about deserving it, whether it's okay, whether it's even possible. Yeah, just allowing yourself to be aware of what's going on in there. Take a deep breath, open your eyes. Even though I might have some doubts, I choose to love and accept myself. Even though I might have some doubts, I choose to love and honor myself. Even though I might have some doubts, maybe I doubt that I deserve this. When I imagine this optimal well-being, maybe I doubt that it's okay for me to have it. And maybe I doubt that it's possible. And when I don't think it's possible, I don't feel particularly motivated. And even though I have these doubts, I choose to deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. And maybe anyone else who might contribute to these doubts. Because I choose to be that free. All these doubts, all these possible doubts. Because I may be doubting that I have any doubts, but I choose to be open to the possibility that there might be some doubts. Maybe doubts about what I deserve, doubts about what I can handle, doubts about what's possible. Allowing myself to feel reassured that since tapping is a cleaning process, I'm just going to clean away what's there. I will not be installing any doubts. If there are no doubts about what I can achieve, I'll just be clearing something else out. As I'm tapping along, with the intention of achieving optimal well-being, I'm just chipping away what doesn't belong to reveal the masterpiece inside. all these possible doubts. And maybe I do doubt what I deserve. When I think about being at a 10 in terms of any area of my life, maybe I have some old programming telling me why I'm not good enough, why I'm not worthy of having this, why I don't deserve it. And if I have any beliefs about that, stopping myself from getting to a 10 feels like the right thing to do. If part of me feels I don't deserve it, stopping myself is the right thing to do. And as I continue tapping along, I'm allowing myself to know that I do deserve it. There is nothing that is too good for me. And part of me knows this. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here tapping on my face right now. Part of me knows that that magnificent masterpiece is definitely inside. It's been covered up with all kinds of false beliefs, all kinds of misunderstandings, other people's unfortunate programming. And I'm allowing myself to release that. Releasing what no longer serves me. Releasing what doesn't feel like love. Releasing what doesn't feel like peace. Releasing what doesn't feel like joy. And I love and appreciate all these parts of me that have held on to all of that doubt, all those other uncomfortable emotions, all those misunderstandings, believing that it was necessary because someone else told me I should feel that way. Someone else told me that's what I should believe. And I didn't know any better at the time. They probably didn't know any better. But as I clear these old fears and doubts, I open myself up to the truth. I am a magnificent child of the universe, worthy and deserving of the best this world has to offer, worthy and deserving of optimal well-being. I may not get to perfection, whatever I think that might look like, but I'm definitely moving in that direction. Because there's nothing so good that it can't get better. I'm not entirely sure what really is possible, but I know that better is possible. I'm allowing myself to get better. I'm allowing myself to feel better. I'm allowing myself to do better. Giving myself the freedom to make positive, healthy choices. Giving myself the freedom to take positive, healthy action. And I'm clearing the doubts that stop me. All these doubts about what's possible. All these doubts about what I deserve. Clearing up the misunderstandings. Forgiving myself for having been confused. And opening myself up to things getting better and better. Clearing any remaining resistance. Actually, let's tap on a little bit longer in each of these points, doing some BSFF. So the eyebrow. I'm now releasing all of the sadness and trauma in all of the roots and the deepest cause of any resistance to being at a 10. Side of the eye. I'm now releasing all of the anger and resentment in all of the roots and the deepest cause of any resistance to optimal well-being. Under the eye, I'm now releasing all of the fears and doubts in all of the roots and the deepest cause of any resistance to optimal well-being. Under the nose, I'm now releasing all of the embarrassment and humiliation in all of the roots and the deepest cause of any resistance to optimal well-being. The mouth, I'm now releasing all of the shame and guilt in all of the roots and the deepest cause of any resistance to optimal well-being. Collarbone, I'm now releasing any remaining fears in any of the roots and the deepest cause of any resistance to optimal well-being. Under the arm, I'm now releasing all of the low self-esteem in all of the roots and the deepest cause of any resistance to optimal well-being. Releasing any remaining resistance. Releasing as much doubt as possible. Clearing what stops me from making positive, healthy choices. Clearing what stops me from taking positive, healthy actions. I've got what it takes to do what it takes. And I'm setting myself free to experience optimal well-being in body, mind, and spirit. Take a deep breath. Close your eyes, go inside. And again, imagining what being at a 10 looks like. And say, it's safe for me to have this. I deserve this. It's okay for me to have this. It's possible for me to have this. And hopefully all of those statements feel more true. And lather, rinse, repeat as necessary. And some of you may know that before I took on tapping as my main modality, I started as a hypnotherapist. So while we're here, still with your eyes closed, go ahead and get yourself comfortable. Take a deep breath in and hold it. And let it go. Another deep breath in and hold it. And let it go. A third deep breath in and hold it. And let it go. Now, just breathing comfortably with your eyes closed. Breathing comfortably, and just imagine that with each breath you take in, you breathe in relaxation and positive energy. Go ahead and imagine a healing light of whatever color you like surrounding your body, so that with each breath you take in, your lungs comfortably draw in that healing light, allowing it to flow through every muscle, nerve, fiber, tissue, cell, and atom of your body. Imagine a healing shower flowing down crystal clear water that's a perfect temperature as it flows over the top of your head, soothing and relaxing your scalp, washing away fear, doubt, anxiety, washing away anger, sadness, guilt, shame, washing away pain, frustration, disappointment, embarrassment, washing these away to reveal the light that you truly are, this unique expression of divine light and love, allowing more and more of that light to be revealed as that healing shower flows over your forehead, relaxing the muscles in your face, flowing down over the back of your head, your neck, your shoulders, washing away tension, leaving your shoulders calm, comfortable, and relaxed. That healing shower flowing down your arms, all the way down over your fingertips, down over your chest and your stomach, soothing and relaxing, healing and cleansing, and allowing yourself to remain comfortably in whatever position you choose. Allow that healing shower to flow down over your upper and lower back. And as your torso relaxes, your internal organs comfortably do whatever they need to do to achieve and maintain your optimal level of health and well-being in body, mind, and spirit. As that healing shower continues down over your body, down over your hips and your thighs, over your knees, down your lower legs, through your ankles, into your feet. And finally, that relaxation flows over your toes as you allow yourself to relax twice as much, going at least twice as deep with each number as I count backwards. 5, drifting down to 4, floating down to 3, 2, 1. And 0 is deep sleep. Now, each and every time you hear me say the words deep sleep, with your permission and only with your permission, you allow yourself to return to this depth or even deeper, 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 quickly, soundly, deeply. And the physical body relaxes. And with that relaxation comes a wonderful sense of calm well-being of body and mind, deeper, deeper. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And 0 is deep sleep. And in this calm, comfortable state of mind and body, go ahead and imagine yourself in some really beautiful place. Some place where you feel present to the beauty, the magnificence, the abundance of creation. Just allowing yourself to take it in. It might be at the beach or in the mountains, in a forest, in a garden, wherever you choose, some place where you really allow yourself to be present to that magnificence, that abundance. Allowing yourself to remember that it is here for you as much as anyone else. You could be looking up at a nighttime sky filled with millions of stars, and you can see as many stars as anybody else. As far as the universe is concerned, you are as worthy and deserving of all of this abundance as anyone else. Give yourself permission to say yes to it. And imagine yourself experiencing optimal well-being in any and all areas of your life. In this beautiful place, just feeling that you have health, wealth, happiness. Allowing things to get better and better, allowing yourself to know that is your birthright. The universe is letting you know that you're worthy every moment, because each time you take a breath, you're making a request. And every single time the universe says, yes, you're worthy of that oxygen. Take a big, deep breath in and hold it. And let it go. And just notice that in that moment, when you asked for more, chances are the universe said, yeah, that's okay. You can have more. You're worthy and deserving of more. So allowing yourself to say yes to things getting better and better. And it's a win-win situation. Your success benefits others. Your well-being benefits others. The more you take care of yourself, the more you allow things to be fantastic for you inside and out, the more you're able to share your gifts and talents to make things better for others. So again, imagining the beauty and the magnificence and the abundance all around, and imagine yourself saying yes to it, welcoming it, being willing to receive it. Let's go even deeper. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And 0 is deep sleep. In a moment, I'll count you back out from 0 up to 5. 5 will be wide awake, alert, focused, and energetic, feeling much better than before, feeling much more aware of your awesomeness, feeling much more willing to experience optimal well-being in all areas of your life, and feeling good about the fact that that benefits others as well. Tonight, when you choose to go to sleep, don't be surprised when you fall asleep quickly, soundly, deeply, and sleep very well through the night. During the night, you'll dream. The more you dream, the stronger you become. I'm going to ask your unconscious mind to allow at least one of your dreams to be a very healing dream. Continuing this healing process in body, mind, and spirit, so that in the morning, at the time you've chosen to wake up, you wake up easily, feeling refreshed, energetic, and ready to start the day again, powerfully moving forward into that ever more joyful experience of an ever greater abundance of health, wealth, happiness, and love, which are your birthright and which benefit others. And now go back down to 0, which is always deep sleep, allowing your mind, body, and spirit to digest all these positive thoughts and images, taking them in at a very deep level, so that these positive changes occur easily, effortlessly, and naturally. Coming up to 1, feeling physically relaxed. 2, feeling emotionally calm and confident. 3, health and well-being, enthusiasm, love, joy, and gratitude flowing through every muscle, nerve, fiber, tissue, cell, and atom of your body. 4, becoming more and more alert and aware of your surroundings. And 5 is eyes open, wide awake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, eyes open, wide awake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, eyes open, wide awake. And welcome back. And hope you're feeling much more open to allowing optimal well-being in all areas of your life, feeling a greater freedom to take those positive actions that move you towards that optimal well-being. And thank you for spending this time with me. I wish you all the best.